The Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, people get too comfortable. You know, it's just it's only their fans. They're just preaching to their fan base.
Yeah.
You know, a guy like Bill Maher, who's not changing anyone's mind. It's just like people are applauding. They know they're going to applaud before they even get there.
Yeah.
Would never do a comedy club.
He doesn't do comedy clubs at all?
I'm sure he does not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you really have to.
Yeah. No, I think so too. Yeah, well, he's in this weird category too, right? Where he's not just doing comedy. He's got to do everything has to be political because his whole thing is about political shit. Like his show, his persona, who he is. You know, he donated $1 million to the Democratic Party. Like it's all politics.
Oh, all of it. And I can't stand political humor just because it's so easy. You know, you're either making everyone mad or you're making everyone really happy, but it doesn't really matter like what the joke is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's and then if you're doing stuff about like the Speaker of the House, you're just like,
oh my God, it's when someone's like, so the Mueller report, it's like, fuck, no! Man, like, no.
Yeah. You know who's like super deep into politics on the right is Nick DiPaolo. Like every time I talk to him,
yeah,
he wants to talk about the fucking Steele dossier. Yeah. Wants to talk about all the shit Obama did. How about when Obama did this? Like, how do you know?
Yeah.
How do you even know this?
I know. The knowledge of it. Like, I once got a phone call like before the last election, like a year ago, and they're like, "We want to ask you about like how involved would you say are you with politics?" And I'm like, "Very. Actually, I'm pretty passionate right now." And they're like, how informed would you say you are? I'm like, I'd say I'm very informed. And they're like, okay. And they start asking me questions, and I did not know what the fuck they were talking about. Like, I hadn't heard of any of these things, any of these bills. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on.
It's like the difference between a casual sports fan and someone who really understands all the drafts and all the picks from different colleges and what this guy's got potential and this guy needs to work on his defense.
They know the 40 times. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The people who know the combine numbers. Yeah. He bench pressed 225 47 times. Like there's people that know that stuff, and like it's exhausting because it's so involved. Like you have to, if you really want to be paying attention to everything that's going on with Nancy Pelosi, you gotta be paying attention to that all day long. And most of the people that do that, they're nuts. Like it's like sports. It's sports, but in a different way. Like this is the thing that you're wrapped up in. Although it does shape our world, you know.
Yeah.
As like right wing comics go, though, there's not a lot of like Nick DiPaolo's the king because he's actually really fucking funny. Like he's right wing as a person and you know he's conservative, but he's also a great stand up comedian.
But did he get more right?
Yes.
As he got older, so he wasn't always. Because I remember DiPaolo; he's one of my favorites. You know, when I would see him on TV as a kid, and I know him a little bit now. But the right things seem to come up more and more in the past 10 years. Yeah,
he was always an angry guy, but he became like an old angry guy that's really into politics as he got older. Yeah. I mean, I guess part of it is like it works for him. Like people love to hear it. Like there's not a lot of those guys. Like who does the right have to bank on in terms of like comics that they could go see?
You got Tim Allen.
Barely. Does he do stand up anymore?
I think he does. I think he goes up to the Laugh Factory and
does
some
he?
Things. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe he's one of those guys that like, when was the last time you went on stage? 6 months ago. You know what I mean? Oh,
yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But who else? Okay, so you got Tim Allen and Nick DiPaolo. There's got to be more.
There must be.
I mean, Norton kind of leans right a little bit, more libertarian. But he doesn't do a lot of politic jokes. He'll talk about it. But who the fuck else? There's like no one. But if you wanted to do like left-wing comedians, you could start with Michelle Wolf and work your way up. I mean, there's millions of them.
Michelle Wolf wasn't even like left-wing. I think the Correspondents' Dinner, everyone's like, this is a star-making turn, and I think it almost ruined her.
Really?
Like, yes, because her show, Netflix, was called The Break. Like, it was called The Break, and it was like, we're going to take a break from all of this and just talk about like other things going on in the world. We don't need to be focused on politics. And after that, after the Correspondents' Dinner, it was like the opening show was like her going after Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and you're like, oh, you got forced into this, you know?
You found a niche.
Yeah.